Hello, everyone, and welcome to another podcast for the Art Institute Comic Book Society Club thingy.
Episode 3.
Yay, episode 3.
Revenge of the comic.
No.
Dun,
Well,
dun,
No,
dun.
Revenge of the Nerds. Comic nerds.
I don't like Revenge.
Anyways. Anyway, my name is Josh Williamson. You guys probably already know that by now if you've been listening to our podcast so far on YouTube. Next to me is the illustrious Eva Long.
Yes.
Next to her is the always drawing and ever so
Colorful.
colorful hair Sam. And next to her is our newcomer and Padawan Bree.
Oh, damn it, I'm the doctor. What are you talking about?
Fedora wearing Brie.
And next to
I'm the
her
doctor.
is Jose.
Yeah, who gives a shit, right?
That guy that we all really like secretly.
The squat.
Right? It's the guy that gets all the love. How's it going, dudes? And
Jose, the guy you love to hate.
Jose, where's your grandma?
I don't know what you're talking about. She's watching the titty.
All right, can I ask the
kudos.
Twitter question first?
Hold on, I just want to do a shout out to my grandma because I love her and she's amazing. Both of my grandmas, and
If you don't do it, you're
they
not
don't talk like this. I don't even know if they speak in English. So
Sprechen Sie Deutsch.
No, Spanish.
They're Japanese. They're Japanese. Yeah. Pocket monsters.
Pokemon. Okay, yes. Before we get into
Dragon Ball Z.
Wow.
Before we get into the main topics, Sam does have a few Twitter questions that she wants to share with us.
Okay.
Just say the name of the Twitter
user.
handle.
Or actually, let's keep them anonymous until we get more
Okay, we're gonna
popular.
go
Okay, yeah.
anonymous.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll keep them anonymous.
The
until they're
first
more popular.
question is Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, Catwoman. Fuck, marry, kill. Go.
Okay.
Catwoman!
Catwoman to all.
That didn't even answer any of those
okay,
questions.
Let's
She's
start.
my cuddle kitty!
I'll begin.
Okay.
Okay. Shag, kill, and marry.
Yep.
I'll shag. You said Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, and Catwoman.
Yep.
Shag Harley Quinn, marry Poison Ivy, and kill Catwoman because she probably smells like kitty piss, and I don't want any of that near me. And plus, she's just bringing Batman down. Batman needs to be single and fuck Catwoman. Well, I like Catwoman. And I would kill her.
All right.
Okay,
Bree?
so they're all my wives.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
And you would
Sam?
also
And
shag.
my cuddle kitty is Catwoman.
You
Because she's
shag-
my cuddle kitty.
You'll shag all of them and then kill all of them and then shag them again.
Oh, God.
Necrophilia, guys!
Sam?
I would shag Harley Quinn because I think she would be amazing in bed.
Duh.
I would kill Poison Ivy just because I just don't trust her, and then I would marry Catwoman because I think she's like the most sane out of them all.
She really is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't shag any of them. I'd cuddle. Cuddle Catwoman because she is a cuddle kitty. Kill Poison Ivy because, I mean, she's dangerous anyway. A kiss can kill.
Yeah.
So
Except
She might
you
kiss-
have
and she's
rubber
straight-
lips.
And she's crazy for the environment.
Get it?
Mary-
Get it? Batman and Robin reference? Wax lips?
Yeah, I
yes,
got
yes.
that.
Bat
I
nipples.
actually did watch that last night.
Bat nipples.
What if-
Sucks.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to collect all the movies, whether they're good or not. And yes, last but not least, who was it?
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn. Harley, I mean,
You married
after seeing Assault on Arkham, yes, her antics would definitely go very well with mine. And not to mention, I'm wearing a Harley Quinn shirt. Nobody can see.
It's the same
except for-
Harley
it's the
Quinn
same
shirt
Harley
from the
Quinn.
last episode.
I almost
I
had
am
that
the one that I said I would bring.
Yes, she has watched it.
Yes, I have.
I almost
Yeah,
watched
because
it.
it's not like
Last
we're totally recording this at the same day.
No.
I mean, when she says watch
You're
it,
breaking
she
the fourth
stood
wall.
in the shower.
Seriously?
Dude.
Last week I was wearing rooster teeth.
I know.
How do you guys not remember that?
Seriously. I was breaking the fourth
Suck
wall.
it,
Alright,
Blue.
You have
Josh,
yet to answer this question.
shag, marry, kill.
Fuck. Shag?
I like
Okay.
that we're using the word shag. I like it.
Swag.
We're gonna shag.
So we would bed this woman.
Shag, Catwoman, kill Poison Ivy, and marry Harley Quinn.
And,
Damn, Poison Ivy, you're on the bottom.
Hey, Mom and Dad.
Nobody likes Pamela Isley.
Mom and Dad.
She can't be trusted.
Very true.
Unless she's Uma Thurman. Unless
Nah.
she's Uma Thurman.
Mom and Dad, thanks for listening to the podcast, because I know you do. So, you're learning a lot
We
about...
are so sorry.
Yeah, you're learning about...
My parents speak Spanish, so they wouldn't understand.
My parents are just not
Wait,
surprised by this anymore.
Do they speak like that?
All right.
Oh, no.
And the other Twitter question was, what was the weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
Dead people.
Oh,
I was
I mean,
going to make a really bad joke. But,
were you gonna say like pussy or something?
no, you like dicks. But,
Dicks. I'm talking about dicks.
Okay.
That's your catchphrase now.
That's a reference to her other.
And dead people, seriously? That's not weird at all. Like, we do that every afternoon.
I know, but still.
I worry, like, I
We
swear,
eat the
if
souls of people by
Okay,
making
the
this
weirdest thing
podcast.
I've ever eaten is a live person.
I swear, if like anybody was gonna like turn
I
and
guess
kill
not
us all, it'd
first,
be
just
these
for
two.
the irony of it.
I swear that Jose and Brianna are slowly plotting our death.
Oh, guys.
Did you find that?
No.
We're ending the podcast early. Goodbye, people. We are done.
If you hear screams, it's okay. We're just...
Never.
We're hugging them
people
very
are gonna-
tightly.
People are gonna walk by this office and they're just gonna look and be like, "Oh, they're probably just rehearsing something."
We're rehearsing for a play.
If the walls are stained red, it's paint.
We're rehearsing for
It's
the...
ketchup.
I wanted to paint the town red, but I ran out of goats.
We're rehearsing for our Hannibal play. And I gotta get into characters, so...
I've got to eat the stomachs first.
Someone have a straight jacket.
Hello, Clarice.
Oh God! This took a very bad
so that
turn.
was Bree. Jose, what was your answer?
Dead people... No,
Live people.
Seriously.
might have been crickets.
Scorpion.
Scorpion, yeah, I had one of those scorpion lollipops. But weirdest thing...
You had alligator jerky the other day.
Yeah, alligator jerky
That sounds
and kangaroo jerky.
It was actually pretty good.
Buffalo, it's not weird at all.
Now, are we talking on purpose or accidental?
I mean, I've eaten
Both.
raw
I mean, like my mom tricked me into having sea turtle.
I know the weirdest thing I've eaten. Lettuce. Because it's green, guys. Why the fuck would you eat something green?
I ate a tomato
No, we're
once.
Texans. We eat meat.
We eat meat. There you go. Fucking vegetables.
This is why we eat
This
dead
is
people.
Austin.
That's why I love Texas, because
Yeah,
I
this is
moved here
Austin.
and I'm a meat girl, so I love
Love
Texas
the
barbecue.
meat.
Even though, like, I still considered Austin is not a part of Texas.
It really
Coming
is.
in there and
Yeah.
injected somewhere.
It's its own little island within the state.
Yeah.
We're a world.
We're our own country.
Okay,
Full of hippies.
weirdest thing, I gotta say, thank you, military, would have to be camel spider.
God.
Okay,
Those things freak me out.
There are two instances, so it will not be the same camel spider. One instance, there was a camel spider on my foot when I woke up in my RLB in Afghanistan.
ate it.
God.
No,
She pounced on it.
no. I woke up my roommate.
Have you ever seen a picture of one of these things?
Oh, those things are
They're
huge.
huge.
Yeah, I woke up my roommate and she starts freaking out. She starts running out, and well,
I would've grabbed my gun.
we had our own little cell phone, so somebody has a friend in the EOD,
Click.
which is the Explosive Ordnance Unit. So they have EOD trying to take this camel spider away from my leg.
He's like, no, I don't want to leave
No,
you right
no.
now.
Then we blew it up and ate it. You're taking
No.
my breakfast away.
You know what I wanted to do? I told them, please just give me a bullet and let me shoot it. There's a 50-50 chance I could have gotten the camel spider in my
I was
foot.
gonna say, like, did you feel like Ripley like shooting a face hugger or something?
I wanted to.
Oh my God, yeah.
I actually did want to shoot, except these RLBs are like giant connexes next to each other, so the bullet would have gone through to the next room and the next one over.
Yeah.
So
Maybe into somebody's leg.
yeah,
Manslaughter.
I
I'm
wanted to
telling
lift up my
manslaughter.
leg and just put it down and just shoot my foot off, but they wouldn't let me.
I
So.
would have shot me.
Take one for the
Just
team.
take the leg.
Yeah, I know.
Why would they not let you shoot your leg off? You know?
Why not cut it off
Stupid.
and just throw
I
your leg
know.
outside?
I know. So yeah, that was one instance. The next instance was 3 weeks later when some of my friends were asking me, "Hey, you want to have some jerky?" Didn't know what it was. And they had already heard the story of the camel spider.
Oh boy.
So somebody found one, killed it with a knife,
Oh.
took the body out, took the legs out of the body, and just fried it.
That sounds delicious.
I actually want to eat a spider.
They actually got the venom sack out of it because that's in the face.
Yeah.
Sounds
So
delicious.
yeah,
dental
so they
drugs.
basically strip this whole thing and it looks like jerky and I'm
Venom sack.
eating it and I'm like, this is delicious. What is it? And they're like camel spider and I'm throwing up on the side. So we're like, why would you do that? And they're like, because we know what happened to you. Because we love you.
The
We
weirdest
felt like
thing I've
this is
had
a
is
righteous revenge
like
in the
General,
world. Just
General
think it's-
Tso's
yeah.
chicken, and you've had camel spine.
Actually, one of my favorite dishes to make is cactus with chicken hearts.
Oh, nice.
It's delicious, actually.
Yeah, and then we
cactus.
pray to Satan.
It's one of those where it's like my brother always considers me a vegetable-tarian, where it's like not a vegetarian. I just eat a lot of vegetables.
Oh yeah.
And then like when I do eat meat, it's like really weird meat.
Yeah,
like,
like,
I've had ox heart and stuff like that.
I love making the cactus with chicken hearts and then like use their blood and make a pentagram and then call Lord Xenu and be like, oh please, give me more hearts.
You know, I actually did
feel like
one day.
days are cold
I
now.
did actually one day freak out my older brother, and I'm saying my brother because we grew up. And I did the alchemy sign. I did the Full Metal Alchemist with pig hearts, and I was putting it inside this old like suit. Like, it wasn't even a metal suit. It was just a suit that we found in the garage. And I started making the sign. And he's like, no, you are not putting me in there. Because he thought that he was going to be Ed.
You are dead.
He thought I was really going to sacrifice
What
him.
is thing you're eating, Josh?
Where is it? I mean, okay. So in Pennsylvania, my aunt on my grandma's side, it's my grandma's sister's daughter. So yeah, my aunt.
I didn't ask for your life story. What's the weirdest thing you've eaten?
When I was born, I was a wee lad. Okay, so she owns a Scottish restaurant. Yeah, so when I was real young, I did not know what haggis was. I ordered it thinking, this might be interesting, and I was told afterwards, oh.
What was it?
She's stomach.
Stomach.
Yeah, it's cheap.
No,
That's
it's
just
not too
delicious.
bad.
She's
You know that's
intestine
what's-
lined with fruits and
I had-
vegetables, depending on what you
I want
Okay.
meat.
I had a little bile in my mouth, but then
Here's the
well,
thing.
it wasn't
Like,
too
I think it's
bad.
funny when people like try something. You're like, oh my god, this is delicious, and then you tell them
What
what
is
it
it?
is, and then they're like,
I go
I've
to
had
Mexico a
escargot
lot.
before. It's not that bad.
Like I go to Mexico a lot and I eat
It's just too
like
small a portion
like
for me.
stomach tacos.
I like big food.
It's like tacos de tripa. They're guts and they're fucking tasty.
Okay, so
you
that
like
was
sausage. That's just pig stomach lining.
Mm-hmm.
okay. So that was my on purpose. My own accident was one time we lived in Mexico for 5 years. So one time I was riding down the bike, mouth was open, bug flew right in.
I've actually had those giant bug like juicy bugs that
Yeah.
they have for bug juice and stuff.
Yeah.
Actually flew into
Me
my
and my
mouth.
friends used to get those like
I
those
think
boxes of
June bugs.
crickets-
That's what it's called.
No, like the box of crickets with
Yeah.
the different flavors and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Those things are good.
Yeah, and I would put them on fudge and it would be really tasty.
Oh yeah, like chocolate
Yes,
covered ants.
chocolate covered ants. But here's the thing, like this isn't weirdest, but it's like one of the most interesting things I've eaten. I've ordered astronaut ice cream. It's like the lollipops and the actual like frozen food that they get when they go to space shuttles.
Oh.
And it's they got it good up there because that was really tasty. I loved it. That was fantastic.
Decompressed.
Fish eggs is absolutely marvelous.
It's
Fish
good.
eggs.
Until
I actually,
Oh yeah, I had them sushi.
back when I was in the military, I actually had a miscarriage, but I was pregnant for 2 months, and I had the weirdest fucking cravings ever. I wanted hot sauce on everything. I would make.
my life.
I had chocolate chip cookies, and I would put hot sauce on it. Like I put it on everything. You know.
Yeah. Sometimes
It was
it's
one of those
weird.
where it's like, especially like when I lived in New Mexico, I got really used to like spicy food
Like
and stuff
hot
like
sauce
that.
on hot sauce.
Yeah, it was like, and then it didn't come
Yes.
back until like I got pregnant, and it was like one of those that was my craving was just spicy food, and I would get like, we go to like wing places, and I'm like, what's the hottest one you have? Because that's what I want. Now.
Well, can you put more?
I want hellfire.
Can you put all of it on there?
Like, do you have the Ghost Rider here? I want him to.
I
barf
want that.
on my food.
Play.
Johnny Blaze.
Oh yeah.
Okay, now that we got
So
that.
now the actual topics.
Yeah, actual topics. Today we're. I didn't really have any good ones, so I just went back.
So this show's gonna suck, guys.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Good.
I mean, we talk
Bye.
about dead people, like, and if you want.
No.
No. save that for later.
I
Okay, so the topics
I can talk about the crimes I've committed.
That sounds like a marvelous idea.
later.
No.
So the topics I came up with are the Spider-Man, X-Men, and Fantastic Four movie future.
They all
So,
suck.
dead people,
The
huh?
end.
Da-da-da-da, we're done here.
They all suck. End of the episode, go home, and don't watch any of those, except for Days of Future Past and the first
That was
one.
amazing.
Still have
Yes.
not seen it, so
I
I'm
need
waiting.
to.
Is it on DVD?
It's,
No,
it's coming
out
on
in
Blu-ray
like a
soon.
couple
Yeah,
weeks.
okay.
'Cause I was
Okay, then
surprised.
I will wait.
And then we're
until
talking about the Amazing Spider-Man franchise.
You remember when we were kids? Like how long it took for things to come out?
I
on
was just gonna
VHS?
say
It was like
that.
3
VHS.
months.
Like no.
Does
No,
anyone
I-
does
Oh, that's right.
do
I'm
any
my age.
do any of the listeners even remember VHS?
I still have a VHS
No,
player.
it used
I
to
know
take-
my
And-
old ass on
VHS
VHS.
player.
And I have
Back
the
in
original
the
Star
day.
Wars
Back
in
in the day.
VHS.
Back in the day,
With
like
huge
when
block of just VHS movies.
the
It
thing is, was
beautiful.
like back in the day during VHS, and even when DVDs first came out, it took a good 9 months to a year for stuff to come out on VHS and DVD. Now it's like 3 months later.
Yeah.
I
And
love.
it's just
Not
not
even,
even.
it's like
3 to 6
so
months. Yeah.
crazy, you know.
I love how Eve just said, "Oh, I have the original Star Wars on VHS and a VHS
I do.
player."
I do.
That's
Who shot first?
I'm sorry, that's kids' games. I have 3 VHS players, Laserdisc players, VCD players.
I have a Betamax player back in
Betamax.
Back in North
Hipster.
Carolina,
I have-
so I mean,
Okay.
It's not being a hipster. I have a reason why I collect VHS tapes because I want to get it to closure as the
They
original
run out of
films I can.
Betamax.
I have 3 different editions of the whole original Star Wars trilogy. I have the CBS Fox version. I have the early '90s Fox version. I have the digitally remastered with all the CGI bullshit version. And I have movies that are not on DVD that are on VHS.
I still can't believe that they
I
put the
still
new
have-
the younger Anakin in there.
I know.
Yeah.
That's just that. I'm like, that's
But
insulting.
my thing here is
can you soup?
I was going to make a joke about that. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is coming out on Blu-ray this week.
It's actually out on
VOD already, right?
yeah, it's on it's on
It's
digital
yeah, digital.
digital download, and I have the digital.
And the thing
download.
here is okay, I didn't live in the 80s. I just know this because I know a lot of info. Batman 89, the original Tim Burton movie, took out... it took 2 years for that movie to hit home video, and the tape was around $200.
What?
I have an original first wave tape of Transformers the movie with the original price tag on it. $125.
Wow.
I have a copy of the first time Grease was on VHS, $250. And it was, when did Grease come out? 78?
8?
70
I thought it was 78.
78?
76 to 78.
The 70s.
The tape is
Late
from 1980, 70, 79. It's like the first edition.
Yeah,
have
I mean,
If you think about it, just even Snow White is forever old.
Yeah.
You know.
and the
and
thing,
that being on VHS right now, if you have it in good condition, it is a collector's item.
it surprises me. It surprises me because I have the first edition of Ghostbusters on VHS, and that
Yes.
and that one is
Are we going to
it's
talk about the
relatively.
Ghostbusters thing?
We
didn't
will
we talk
if
about
you
that
want
last
to.
No,
we
we
didn't.
discussed it outside of this.
Oh.
Because I am a
Yeah, we
huge
can do an
Ghostbusters
extra
fan.
topic.
I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan, and
Oh, yeah. Who you
when
gonna call?
as soon
Ghostbusters.
no, you're not gonna call anybody. You're gonna call the cops.
You're gonna
be
cry.
cool.
You're gonna
be
stay in the
cool.
Call
corner.
the Exorcist.
You're gonna call John Constantine.
Call John Constantine.
Well,
The one that
Call
doesn't-
Dean and Sam. They got you.
No, we're not
Ghostbusters.
calling Dean and Sam.
I'm a
But I
huge,
want Dean. I need
huge
What I
help.
do care.
Ghostbusters fan.
I want Dean too.
But
She
what,
I
wants
claim.
Dean.
I claim.
what makes me
Dibs.
want to see a new Ghostbusters
I
movie
Dibs.
was Harold Ramis, Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and Ernie Hudson. If they're not in it, it's not a Ghostbusters movie. And
Even if they came back as ghosts, that'd be funny.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Since on the last episode we talked about how you got into film. Well, one of the reasons why I'm into film, there's 3 people in film, or 3 things in film that made me gravitate towards it. It's Ray Harryhausen, who passed away last year, and he was the guy who did all the stop motion effects for Jason and the Argonauts, Clash of the Titans, genius. The original King Kong, that movie I always loved that movie, and Harold Ramis. Harold Ramis is a big influence on my style and on my comedy. And sadly, he passed away a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Like he passed away in November. It's like in November, later last year. Harold Ramis, to me, was the soul of Ghostbusters. The face was Bill Murray. The mouth was Dan Aykroyd. The body was Ernie Hudson, but the soul was Harold Ramis.
That was deep, man.
That was
Without Harold Ramis,
respect.
because people would complain, oh, if Bill Murray doesn't do Ghostbusters, I don't care. Well,
If none of them.
without Harold Ramis, there is no Ghostbusters. For me, there's no Ghostbusters.
They
without
could
Harold Ramis.
try to digitally CGI.
No,
No, they said that
that's
they would
an
not
insult.
do it. That they said that they would not do that.
Okay.
Now, the thing about
They're
this
doing the
whole
female
reboot.
Ghostbusters
Yes.
reboot.
See, the thing is, I do believe it would be a good market, not because it's female Ghostbusters, but it's because it's still Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters
the
with
thing with a
Kitty.
Ghostbusters
You're
sequel-
gonna say I've heard like
But if
almost
they make it-
everyone. I've heard everyone say because it's a female team, it's not gonna work. It doesn't matter. It does not matter what gender it is.
I'm surprised people are saying
Yeah.
that, because
But as
I
long
would
as
believe
it's
people
not
would be up
for
for the...
supermodels,
Yeah.
I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you look at the original cast, they all weren't like 20-year-old hunks.
If you
know,
put
it was
Melissa
like normal
McCarthy
guys.
in there, and I'd watch it.
And the thing here is that
No Megan Fox.
female
No.
God, no.
comedies, they're weird. Because
Female comedies today,
See-
because you either have one really super hot woman or
One really,
one really, like,
and
fat
not
woman.
only
Yeah,
that,
lots of sex
but,
jokes.
but here's the thing. This might come across sexist, or like there's a lot of things that I say that come across racist or come across sexist, but it's not because I am racist and or sexist. It's because I understand the stigmas and I understand the stereotype of like gay characters, of black characters,
Hollywood
of female
characters,
characters,
yeah.
how Hollywood thinks about them. When you have a film like Bridesmaids, and then you have a film like The Hangover, they are two very similar comedy styles. You could basically replace the cast of The Hangover with the girls from Bridesmaids, and the guys from Hangovers, the girls from Bridesmaids replace them with the guys from Hangover. Wouldn't make that much of a difference. They're very similar jokes. It's that very same brand of humor, and people like that because look, females can also do this.
But there's a stereotype.
But should they? With a female Ghostbusters movie done by the Bridesmaids people, there better be a good reason, or there better be a lot of like female empowerment and or character when it comes to the female Ghostbusters. If they're just characters that act like that could be played by a female or a male actor and not change a whole lot, I'm not down for that. Because the same thing I said about Alan Scott. When you read the Earth 2 comic books, or at least that's how it started, I haven't read them in a while, but you take Alan Scott, who was Green Lantern, the original Green Lantern. He was his new character in the New 52. He's a homosexual, and he has a partner. Well, if you draw the partner as a female, it has no repercussion in the story, and that's really good because that means, gay people or transgender people or any other part of the LGBT community, it's the same as a regular person. When it comes to fiction and storytelling, you are wasting an opportunity by making a character like that and not taking advantage of the social issues there are in the world. Mm-hmm. Because what I felt like with that change is you're just doing it for the shock factor that Green Lantern is gay.
Or like when Batwoman came.
What Batwoman?
Yeah.
But with Batwoman, it became part of the story. It's us talking about her relationship with a woman in the police workforce, her relationship with her parents, and how she is a lesbian. We are going into the social aspects of being homosexual. With Alan Scott, we don't. He's just gay. And guy, you can draw him as a woman, no difference. Mm-hmm. And that might seem very sexist or conservative. That people might think that I'm like, oh, if he's gay, he's gotta be a twink, and he's gotta like, look at me, I'm putting on makeup, and no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if you're going to turn a character into a homosexual, why bother? Just create a whole new character, and then I wouldn't complain. Yeah. When you're changing the sex of a character, you better do it for a goddamn good reason. Same thing I feel about the Ghostbusters reboot. If you're doing it just because, hey, they're females and there's Kristen Bell and whatever, but it's their same brand of comedy, I don't care.
Might as well just make it.
Might as well just make it with guys. But if it's got empowerment, if it brings social awareness that these females are heroes and they're doing what the guys can't, I would love that. because we need to have a lot more respect for female characters.
We do.
And I don't like when somebody says that a strong female character it's basically a guy. I don't like when people say that. Let's take Lara Croft and Indiana Jones.
Mm-hmm.
People assumed that Lara Croft was a great female character because she acted like Indiana Jones. Because Indiana Jones is a male guy, you know. I'm an archaeology whip, and I'm a powerful guy. That doesn't mean Lara Croft is a strong character. That just means she's a ripoff of a male character. That's actually giving more empowerment to the guys because females have to be like guys in order to be strong characters.
Would you then consider Black Widow a very strong character just from like what she does? Because I think she's
strong.
Yeah,
she's very ambiguous, and
she uses her sexual appeal,
and that's good because it's a
Captain...
woman that realizes what kind of difference she has in her body compared to a guy.
Yeah.
It's a woman that takes not only her brain, her smarts,
but
her body,
her gender
in consideration. Yeah. That's a strong female character, and I was just going to bring that point. Lara Croft on the new Tomb Raider. Everybody's like, "Oh, she's going to beat up by everyone, and she can't do anything right." Well, you start the game and she's afraid of everything. You end the game and she's like the strongest thing there is. That is female empowerment. That is character development. This character is a strong female lead. You know why? She didn't stop at anything. She was afraid. She overcame all those fears. Yeah. She conquered them. She's strong. She is a female role model.
Yeah. Would you say the same for Ripley from Aliens?
Ripley's a weird case. When you have the first Alien, not so much.
Yeah, because originally it was supposed to be that guy.
It was supposed to be a guy, yeah. And the funny thing about Alien is that they were both, like, the whole crew were, what's the word? Pansexual is when you're attracted to everything, right?
Yeah. Not everything. You just, pansexual is you just don't see gender.
Yeah, there you go. Pansexual, that's what I was to get at. Because they would act as whatever characters they are. They could be male or female. Yeah. They would still act the same way.
It was very gender neutral.
It's very gender neutral. Mm-hmm. What makes Ripley a strong female character is Aliens, because she's protecting Newt.
Now she becomes the strong mother.
She becomes a strong mother, and she's also protecting the whole Marine crew, because without her, the Marines are fucked.
They'd go in there blind. They would have all been killed in that one sector.
And that Aliens is what makes Ripley a strong female character.
I agree with that.
Because of her motherly side. But if we take Newt away, she could be played by a guy.
Yeah. The script... the character Ripley wasn't intended to be guy or wasn't intended to be specifically guy or girl. It could be anyone. That's the reason it works.
That's why it's because what's crazy is I don't think they told anybody until it was released, because the first, I forget the actor's name, but the first guy you see is that famous actor that they had in there, and everybody thought he was going to be the main character until he got, and then it was he got killed off. Guess what? It's really Ripley.
John Hurt. Yeah. John Hurt gets the chest buster.
Yeah.
John Hurt.
Yeah, like every time I see Alien, I'm like, chest buster. No more.
Yeah, and then you see the Spaceballs parody.
Oh god!
Not again.
And it's John Hurt.
And I like it jumping out and dancing. Hello, my baby. Hello, my dog.
Actually, it was great because I want to see Hercules.
That's actually one of my favorite WB shorts from the Looney Tunes.
Yes. I went to see Hercules, and John Hurt plays the bad guy.
He does.
And
yes,
I was the whole time I was with a friend of mine, and we were saying it's the doctor. He just got lost in old times and forgot he was the doctor. And at the end, I wanted him to be like, Hercules, no more.
Okay.
Sorry for that.
For that deep,
invigorating,
emotional level type
strong
speech.
To the females. Come on.
I say equality overall.
There you go. I was going to say that.
Equality overall. It doesn't matter if you're a male or female. As long as you do the role right, it doesn't matter.
And as long as you don't piss anybody off.
You're going to piss them off anyway. I mean, it's
no
just...
one is happy.
Nobody's going to be happy because it's a female... Like I was saying, it's going to be a female cast. But it's still rumored. So, I mean... Yeah. Bill Murray said that he would help...
Yeah, I mean,
in production, but he would not actually star in it.
Yeah, because
the only person that people really want to see back is Rick Moranis, because he's fallen from...
You know why he's fallen from the face of Earth? Because he retired.
He retired because his wife passed away and he had to raise his children. Yeah. I understand that. It is a very honorable thing for a man like that to do. But if he came back for one last movie...
He wants to.
That would be the movie for him to finally finish it.
With Bill, Dan, and Ernie, and Rick... I'm pretty sure they would come back just to honor Harold.
Yeah.
Because that's what Harold.
I mean, even
wanted.
at first, Bill Murray had rumored that he was going to, like, the only way he would come back is if he came back as a ghost.
Yeah, and I mean, but you know,
But this
Bill
was
Murray.
before Harold Ramis passed away.
But Bill Murray's
I
a
had that
complete
scene
jerk.
of the Muppets where they did the Christmas special, and then like the critics ones, they come back and they're like the ghosts or something like that. I see like the cast of Ghostbusters doing that. Like,
because the thing here is that last thing about Ghostbusters, Bill Murray's a dick, and I love him, but he is a complete asshole. Why? He doesn't want to do Ghostbusters at all because he says it's not his thing, but he comes out in the Spike Awards in 2009 wearing a Ghostbuster suit. What are you trying to do to us?
Not only that, but he did Zombieland as well.
He did.
Yes.
Well, there you go. He got his.
Bill Murray, I still love you.
At the Spike Awards, he won Best Cameo. That's why he came out and he was wearing his Ghostbuster suit. Mm-hmm. And why are you teasing us, Bill Murray, if you're not going to be in it? Just stop stirring the pot and just say, I'm not going to be in it.
He's an actor. That's what he does.
Well, you know, he's Bill Murray. He's an ass.
Anyway,
he's Garfield.
what's the next subject?
Well,
Spider-Man, X-Men, and Fantastic Four.
Yeah, well, the Ghostbusters was a bit of a surprise topic.
I love Ghostbusters.
It is a pretty cool franchise. Who all saw the X-Men Days of Future Past?
I did.
I did.
Too.
I have not.
No.
We have two people that haven't seen it yet.
All right.
You guys mind small spoilers?
Small.
I don't mind. I used to work at a comic book company where all
She
they
kinda
do is
knows
spoil.
what happens.
Yeah, I kind of know what happens. So
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I love that movie. That is the best X-Men movie to date right now.
The only thing that would make it better is if it had Nightcrawler in it.
you and your Nightcrawler is
You have a
Okay,
Nightcrawler
here's the thing.
fetish.
I really like that movie, but there's a lot of things that I would change. I mean,
I heard the Rogue thing was cut down a lot.
Well,
she's in it for
yeah.
one scene.
She's on.
Yeah, she is just in there
at
in
least
the
in the
last spot,
theatrical
like
version.
last.
Yeah,
spot.
and
Yeah,
then
it's just,
I mean, Days of Future Past is supposed to be a Kitty Pryde centric story.
Well, okay.
The fact that they
The
moved
comic
it.
book story.
Yeah, the comic
I
book
forget
story,
if we
yes.
talked about this offline or if we talked about this last time, but we were saying about theatrical and director's cut. Now, we were saying that, like, what we would have liked to see is if in the director's cut, whereas, like, they did have that whole Rogue, Magneto, and the Professor X go on this big adventure together, you know, to go rescue Rogue, that she can come back, take over Kitty Pryde's power, and then finish the job. It's one of those where it's like, yeah, I understand because it made the movie way too long, but it's one of those, if this was going to be a director's cut, and then it was going to be like...
I love
It
the
is
director's
getting
cut.
a
where-
director's cut.
where it's like, well, I mean, like, there's some director's cut where it's like, this is a new 25 seconds of, you know, where it's like, all right.
That doesn't work.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna.
Yeah,
pull
it's
off
like, I want an extra 30 hour, you know, or 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, I think it was
last. Watchmen.
It was last week. I do believe that I said that the
Lord of the Rings.
not Lord of
No.
the Rings. The Avengers originally
Yeah.
had like a 5-hour
5-hour
script. I want
Yeah.
to see that movie.
Yeah, like
'Cause
that one.
I want more.
I would gladly take all those deleted scenes and just
pretty
put
sure
them
they're
together
gonna-
into
they're
the
gonna-
movie
they're
so I
gonna
can
put
see
a
it.
And if you do
We're gonna
watch
put,
the
like,
deleted
an hour.
scenes of the Avengers and actually think about it and put them or try to put them into the movie, it makes the movie look a whole lot
Yeah,
different.
especially, like,
it does.
It changes the entire story.
I'm going to give you like a major example where it just changed the completely tone of the movie.
Yeah.
Harry Potter
Yes.
and the Deathly Hallows, where you know the scene where Hermione is erasing her parents' memories, and Harry's and stuff like that. They're about to leave. Dudley, there's a deleted scene that's actually in the DVD release that shows Dudley come, I forget what the uncle's name is, but
Uncle Vernon.
Uncle Vernon. He's like insulting Harry. He's still insulting him. He's like, we got to get out of here. This is all your fault. And Dudley walks up to him and he's like,
I'm sorry.
He's like, I'm so sorry about everything I've ever done to you, Harry. And it was just like, why did you not put that in the movie? It's just like 10 seconds. It
would have hit an emotional mark right there.
That would have made
Blade
the
Runner.
Dudley character a lot
more
more
likable.
now.
Blade Runner, like we mentioned last week, or not last week.
Yeah, we did mention it a little bit.
Okay, because I don't know if the audience knows that we are recording this the week after the first episode. We recorded episode 2 and 3 back to back. Because when we're saying last week, we referred to episode 1. So just to get that clear, am I allowed to do that?
What now?
Because everybody's saying like, oh, last week.
Okay, well, back.
Last week was when we recorded episode 1. We're recording episode 2 and 3 back to back. Just in case.
You're breaking the fourth wall, man. Fourth wall.
We're dead for now.
Yeah,
I didn't really want to say that, but whatever.
All right.
Where's my comic bubble so I can beat Jose?
I know you didn't. Here's the thing, because I know you didn't want to say that, but we had to because everybody's saying last week. So what are we talking about last week? Episode 1.
We should just say that instead of
In episode 1,
Yeah, in episode 1, but everybody's been saying last week.
I don't remember saying last week.
The summary.
I didn't say last week. If you want to go back and check the recording, because I know you're the only person that actually listens to our podcast.
Yeah, right?
If you want to go back and check the record,
Go back
and check the record. I said whenever we talk about it off air.
I went to the night I posted it.
Aw, you're cute.
I'll eventually listen to it.
Anyway, on episode 1, we mentioned the Blade Runner director's cut, that the first cut is a complete piece of crap, and the master cut is like a million times better.
Yeah.
Just single decisions make everything change a little.
So much better.
And with X-Men, they are getting a director's cut. It's going to be longer, it's going to be better. And there's like I said, there's a couple changes that I would do to Days of Future Past, like the Sentinels, so the sound would be different. Like, it made sense for the film.
Yeah.
But I would change them a little. I would change
At least the futuristic versions.
how important Rogue, not Rogue, Mystique is. I would change that because she's only there because of Jennifer Warren.
You know, and I wish they would have mentioned that her and Azazel banged and they had Nightcrawler.
And,
Shut up! I'm gonna make this horse dead.
Yeah, and then I wasn't going to say anything special where they're half.
I would have. I like the Sentinels. I'm sorry, but the ones from the 70s, they look like vacuum cleaners. Like,
I remember those
seriously,
from the
they're
70s
cute.
versions.
They look like vacuum
Gotta give
cleaners.
them credit's due.
I mean, you got the Sentinels, and then you've got what is it?
Future or something.
No, the ones that are DC comparable.
Manhunters.
Manhunters. They look way too similar. Way too similar.
Kinda, yeah.
Anyway, the Manhunters are like combined Nova and Sentinels, and you got the Manhunters, and the Sentinels are just big pinata looking guys.
Yeah.
One of the Sentinels leaders is called Nimrod.
Yep, I do remember that.
My name is Nimrod.
I still love that, the director and writer was just like, yeah, we're gonna take all those crappy movies.
Yeah, I think it was Kirkman.
I just love that I was like, yeah, you know, a lot of those last couple of movies just freaking failed. Like, let's go back and just erase this. It's just...
Matthew Vaughn was like, hey guys, he kind of fucked up in the other X-Men movies. I'm going to take first class and fix everything, but now I'm going to produce all the Marvel movies. All the X-Men movies.
That last 5 minutes just... Oh, that was beautiful. Like, just like, you could see this so much, like... And then, like, Scott comes in and he's like, oh, remember when Scott used to do? I hated that they killed him off. They Johnny Cash. His first, like, minute.
You really don't know if they killed him or not. You just
That too.
Johnny Cage.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying.
There's another thing. The age of Scott's Jean. I think actually died out now because Wolverine and Logan are looking like they're 50, 60 years in the future. And I think by the Jean needs to age now because they really old, like 30s or...
Yeah, they look like they did the original animation.
I forgot his name.
that I love that they got a whole pride for I love the stick where kitty and call it
we can tell.
Yes.
I mean,
Carrot.
they were very friendly. Never better couple. Rogue was jealous because he was helping a friend who needed help.
He just wanted to
So I mean, should come in this yes. I also didn't have a Katie, but she never.
I wonder if the next one is for Gambit.
The
next one.
I thought they were going to make this thing that would be
but I don't know.
It was not a TV series. It was actually
That's
the kid from Friday Night Lights.
yeah.
Well, he's not going to be in the movie anytime soon because first of all, he started in Battleship. And Battleship was
But it was a good story. Hey, no, they had real military enablement in there. They had real storyline. They had real yeah, they had a scene. And yes, I mean, it's a little bit drawn out, but I did like the storyline. I did like the storyline. I like the way that the guys had their
like they're supposed to come out with an X-Men movie? Stop saying my numbers.
I thought they were going to wait until after Captain America to do it.
Power of the internet.
I thought it was 2016. I'm not sure wrong. But yeah.
Okay. First of all,
2016.
But here's the thing. Guess what movie he also started? John Carter.
He was
John Carter.
Yeah.
He's not gonna get a role anytime soon.
Yeah.
So they had confirmed Jennifer Lawrence, Channing Tatum, Michael Fassbender, Nicholas Hoult, Hugh Jackman.
As Apocalypse rumored.
Yeah.
You know what's kind of weird is like that they're using Jennifer Lawrence for Raven, like the older Raven, instead of like the old actress
Charlize Theron.
Yeah, instead of her.
What?
Charlize Theron is Mystique.
Wait, what?
You didn't know that?
No, she's not.
No,
I thought it was
not for 1, 2, and 3. No.
She was Rebecca Romaine.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had the wrong. Yeah, Rebecca Romaine was.
At least they're bringing Quicksilver back like that.
Yeah. So they got.
But here's the funny thing. How old is going to be, Gambit's going to be?
How old is
Quicksilver going to be?
Logan going to be?
No, this is maybe supposed to bring Quicksilver because he'll be like 56 then.
No, it's supposed to be about 10 years after the last movie. Because they're doing it 60s,
Oh,
70s,
yeah.
and 80s.
I keep thinking like it's 50 years ahead. So yeah, so he'll only be like 26.
Yeah, okay, so this marks the break point for our podcast. It is around the 4:45 minute mark right now, so we'll take a break and we'll be right back with you. Say bye, guys, or see you in a few.
See you in a few, guys. Whatever.
Alright, everyone, we are back from our break. So, when we left, we were talking about the X-Men movie. We really didn't talk about the movie's future. What do you guys think will happen with X-Men? No.
Oh, you mean X-Men Apocalypse?
Yeah, X-Men Apocalypse. How do you think that will do?
I mean, like.
Depends who's writing it.
Well,
Wait, did he already have his 4 horsemen, or were they talking
well,
about
at
that
the
they
end,
were going to do kind of like?
At the end of the end credit scene,
Yeah.
they're in the background.
Yeah, they were in
So
the background.
it's one of those where it's like, and it's like I loved X-Men Evolution. I liked that they it was like Mystique, Magneto, Rogue, and Storm. I think were the 4 horsemen. I think
I
some
thought it was
Evolution.
Professor X.
An evolution?
Oh yeah, he was one of them because
Yeah.
Jean had to go up against him. So it's one of those where it's like I kind of hope it's like that, where it's like I hope they.
Because in the comic, it's more like it hurts more because it's Wolverine, Gambit, Angel, and what's the other one?
Professor X. Let's see, Magneto. Did you say him?
Because if I'm right, it was Wolverine, Gambit, Angel, and somebody else.
But anyway,
I think X-Men Apocalypse. It's just too. Well,
the thing is,
same thing I said about Days of the Future Past. Days of Future Past, it's too big of a story arc to put in one single movie.
Yeah, they're
so
going
you think they're going to split it in two?
Do it.
I don't think they're going to split it in two.
They're going to bring Apocalypse back a number of times.
I think not Apocalypse the character, but the story of Age of Apocalypse. Because isn't that what they're doing for X-Men Apocalypse? It's an Age of Apocalypse.
It's an Age of Apocalypse type story, I think.
Yeah, because that's too much. That's too much to put into a movie. But I mean, I said the same thing about Days of Future Past, and Days of Future Past.
They could do a part one.
I mean, like, do you think the Four Horsemen is going to be like people we know, or do you think it's just going to be random?
I'm pretty sure they're going to be people we know, but not the ones we're used to. I don't think they're going to put Wolverine as one of the Horsemen.
I kind of think that it's now, because of like the teaser at the end of the movie, it's going to be people we did not see in that last 5 minutes, with Wolverine coming back from the past, from changing the past. It's going to be like, so it's not going to be Professor X, Jean Grey, Scott Summers, or any of those guys that we saw at the very end, because as you see, we already got Four Horsemen. So now, like, it's like, who are they going to be?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think it'll be pretty interesting. I like that Bryan Singer's back in the chair.
I don't. I never liked his directing. I never liked any of his movies.
Which ones did he do?
He did 1 and 2.
I liked 1. I liked 1, 2, and
Future.
Future Past. I liked 2 and Future Past, but I would rather have Matthew Vaughn directing them than Bryan Singer. Because
as long as we don't get anybody from the third one.
Bryan Singer produced First Class.
I still like First Class.
Quotation marks. Because
he produced it.
But it's Matthew Vaughn who did it. Like Bryan Singer.
Even though, like...
You gotta admit, Bryan Singer's directing is pretty generic.
I kind of wish they had more of, like, their characters in the right order. Because, I mean, like, you had, I forget what Scott Summers' younger brother is.
Alex Summers.
Alex Haddock. Yeah, you had him in First Class, and you're like, but he's Scott's younger brother.
Oh, this is not going according to comics. What's going on?
I know I shouldn't nitpick like that, but it's just one of those where it's like...
It was, I mean, there's been a lot of the Horsemen from Apocalypse, but it's apparently Archangel, Wolverine, Sunfire, Mr. Sinister, and Abraham Kieros. Because Death has been Archangel, Caliban, Wolverine, Gambit, Psylocke, the Grim Reaper. Then there's Famine, Sunfire, Ahab, Alton Ruffleson, and Pestilence is like Plague, Mr. Sinister, and Polaris. And War, like Hulk has been the horseman of war. Mm-hmm. That's never going to happen. No. And Savanur has always been Apocalypse. Mm-hmm. And the thing
I'm just waiting for that Mark Ruffalo Hulk movie.
Yeah,
because he's doing a better job than most of the other ones have. And he's kept it to the letter. So
I really liked,
it's one of those with those last two ones that come out. I'm like, I'm good on a Hulk movie for a while.
I really like Ed Norton, but I like Ruffalo better.
Yeah.
The thing here is depends on the story they do. Because if they do World War Hulk or Planet Hulk or any of those three.
Maybe.
I'm not going to be on
that.
That's
50-50 on that one at best.
Because I think what ruins the character of Hulk to me is the Avengers bullshit with, I know my secret, I'm always mad. Because that ruins the most important part of the character to me, which is the duality, the Jekyll and Hyde kind of deal, the monster within a man and him struggling with it. Because we haven't gotten a good story with Bruce Banner struggling with the Hulk inside of him. And now that, according to the Avengers, now I can control it. That completely takes away a lot of the important, like, the big important part to me from the character. That Jekyll and Hyde, like, duality.
Well, when he's stressed, like he was in the helicarrier, he couldn't control it. But on the ground, when he was calm, ish. Well,
he can, yeah.
Yeah, he can control it.
Well, that's the thing. Like, that's the end of the Avengers makes you believe that that he can now control it. He's like, oh, I know my secret now. I'm always angry.
I'm always angry.
On command.
Where it's like, that's, it's cool, but it's kind of like...
It takes away the most interesting part of the character to me, which is two men in one body, one's mad and brute, and one's a smart guy.
And then it goes back to Iron Man. Like, what are they going to do now that, that Tony Stark has gotten... He's taken out...
The arc
the arc reactor, and he's gotten rid of all his...
They still have War Machine. They
and
still have Rhodey. Rhodey can he still has his suit.
Well, we know
Tony can still be Iron Man even without the heart reactor in his chest, because look at Rhodey. He doesn't need it.
So does he use War Machine? Does he
War Machine's going to be on Avengers?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's confirmed, and Don Cheadle is reprising the role of Rhodey.
And
Robert Downey Jr. is still doing
he
Iron
said
Man.
That he wants to do more, even though he
said
before he wasn't going to do them.
I think he's probably said no more Iron Man movies.
He's the thing with Robert Downey Jr.
There's a supposed Iron Man 4 coming out sometime.
Like, here's the thing with Robert Downey Jr.
I'm giving Josh this look like...
Yeah, he said he didn't want to do it.
Even though I did really like the third.
I mean, when you see these characters... Okay, who comes to your mind when I say Batman? Which live action actor?
Michael Keaton.
George Clooney.
Okay, see. Michael Keaton. Some people would say Christian Bale. Iron Man, you've got Robert Downey Jr. Captain America, you've got Chris Evans.
Who would be Wolverine?
You can't say Hugh Jackman.
Here's the thing, though. You can't compare the Batmans to the Iron Man.
No, I'm just saying. When you have a pivotal character like that, and you hear the name,
you just have those actors that are
think of this actor.
But
I think it's like you do have that saying that where it's like this actor was born for this.
I couldn't finish what I was saying. You can't compare the Batman to the Iron Man. Okay, there's only been one Iron. Well, there's been two, but nobody remembers the other. I don't even remember his name, but he's in that Incredible Hulk 1970s movie.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. We've only had one Iron Man that was popular. We've only had one Captain America that was popular. It was in Red Brown, but nobody remembers Red Brown. And we had 3 Hulk. That's why we've been talking about that. Like, oh, I like Edward Norton. Oh, yeah, I like Mark Ruffalo. But all 3 of them played the part in a different way, and they all had its own good things and bad things. Same thing with the Batman. Even Val Kilmer.
Okay, then let's go.
I have to admit it.
Then let's go Batman versus Superman.
There's too many Supermans.
See, there's too many Supermans. There's too many Batmans.
And that's
when it comes to the other.
You can't compare the Iron that same emotion.
I'm just saying that for now, this generation, you think of when a character, you think Tony Stark, you think Robert Downey Jr.
Because there's
who could do another Iron Man?
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, who would you?
I would like him to do it.
If he were to retire and just say no more,
who would you want to see as Iron Man?
That's right now on the spot. I'm going to try to think hard, but I'm pretty sure there's a replacement. Because I mean, when you think James Bond, who do you think James Bond? Sean Connery?
Daniel Craig.
Probably the worst.
I actually will with Pierce Brosnan on that.
I'll go with Pierce Brosnan
because he was my '90s
or Timothy Dalton because he's like the rejected one, or Roger Moore. That's the thing. You can't be like, oh, who do you think could be Iron Man? Because we haven't seen many people.
We haven't seen anybody do it.
One person do Iron Man,
and he's done it well though.
Yeah, I know. I like Rob. Well,
I kind of wish they made him more of a drunk.
There you go. Here's the thing.
And the coke.
This is my issue with Marvel movies, which isn't happening that much anymore.
If they took if they took like an older Johnny Depp, like back when he used to do serious roles instead of everybody wanting him to do Jack Sparrow.
They tried to do a bit of the drunk Iron Man in Iron Man 2, kind of like with...
But it's a kids movie, so they're not going to do it.
They were...
And I mean, like, that's another reason why I liked the third one was just because of the PTSD. Like, I liked his performance of PTSD, just like little things would trigger him. Yeah. And him and the kid is just... That's just hilarious.
My thing
but, I mean, I understand why Robert Downey Jr. said he didn't want to do the coke fiend. He did have a personal issue with it, so he said he would not do it.
But I mean,
which I understand, but it
also is...
The cocaine isn't as important as the drunk thing. The drunk thing's more, it's bigger on the character than the coke thing.
Yeah, because
Devil in a bottle.
I think they went on more of that in the Zombieverse version, where I'm trying to remember the Zombieverse because when he had the suitcase Iron Man, and he was just like, I'm tired of doing this, Rowdy. You get in the suit, you survive. You survive as Iron Man. He's like, I'm tired. I'm tired.
The thing with this character is we've only seen one Iron Man, we've only seen one Captain America, we've only seen seen 3 Hulks, we've seen one Thor.
Well then, it's like, who's your favorite Catwoman?
My favorite Catwoman? Oh, Eartha Kitt.
What?
Eartha Kitt.
Yeah.
I would say Michelle Pfeiffer.
I just think Michelle Pfeiffer had the sex appeal, but she didn't have the...
Halle Berry had the sex appeal, but didn't have to do anything with the storyline.
Michelle Pfeiffer wasn't Catwoman. Michelle Pfeiffer was sexy lady in a catsuit.
In a pleather catsuit.
I liked Anne Hathaway more as Selena than as Catwoman.
Yeah. There you go.
Yes.
That's what you're always going to have. You're always going to have like the better Bruce Wayne and the better Batman. For me, Michael Keaton's the better Batman, and Christian Bale's the better Bruce Wayne.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
What I'm going at is there is a replacement. And Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. I like him as Iron Man.
Yeah.
But my issue here is that...
We don't have multiples to choose from.
We don't have multiples, and I can't complain at the way he's doing it because now the character of Iron Man is like Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
But he wasn't. And I got interrupted a little bit ago, and I kind of lost my train of thought. But what I was going at with that whole Robert Downey Jr. thing is Marvel... Not so much now with the Marvel Now stuff, but they were doing it, and they still kind of do it. They write the comics for the movies, not the other way around.
Yeah.
If Samuel L. Jackson is successful as Nick Fury, we're going to bring him into 616 and kill off the White One. If Robert Downey Jr. is charismatic, funny, very I don't care Iron Man, we're going to take the stern, smart, very reserved Tony we had from Civil War and turn him back into what he was in like the late 90s and make him like Robert Downey Jr. If Thor is battling Malekith in the movie in Thor Dark World, he's going to battle Malekith in the comic until the movie comes out of theaters and people stop caring about Malekith.
Yeah.
My thing here is that the performance of Robert Downey Jr. is so singled out and so iconic and so different that now the book is like him. And it's going to be harder to replace because now your character in the book is acting like Robert Downey Jr. Because you got to admit it, he's not playing Tony Stark. He's playing himself.
Yeah, and it's just like with Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman is playing Wolverine, but a little less 90s version of him.
Yeah.
And the thing about Hugh Jackman and the difference between Hugh Jackman and Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. loves the spotlight he's getting from Iron Man.
I'm trying to remember. Did we ever have another live-action X-Men besides the?
No.
Besides that one where they had Jubilee and stuff like that.
The TV
Generation
show.
X.
The TV show that sucked. Yeah, from
was
Fox.
that was a TV show?
Generation
I thought it was a movie because I watched it
X.
as a movie.
And the pilot. And the thing with Hugh Jackman is, and Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. loves the spotlight he's getting from Iron Man because he's basically playing himself and he's having a lot of fun. Hugh Jackman, on the other hand, he loves the character of Wolverine, and he loves playing Wolverine.
Yeah, it's
and
one of those where he's like, he wants to
fans,
become Wolverine instead of Wolverine becoming him.
He loves how the fans love his Wolverine, and he wants to keep doing it because he's Wolverine.
Of course.
While Robert Downey Jr. is, I'm playing myself, I'm having so much fun, I love my cast members, while Hugh Jackman is, I just love Wolverine. He's got so much more passion.
Yeah.
But I like Downey Jr. as Iron Man. I'm damn sure there's replacements. Same thing with the Captain America. I always thought Aaron Eckhart could have done a really good job as Captain America.
Had he not done Harvey Dent?
Yeah, he played Harvey Dent in The Dark Knight. He was really good as Harvey Dent.
He was a very... Yeah. I mean, the original Harvey Dent was Billy D. Williams, and he did a great job. And until they changed it from Billy D. to Tommy Lee,
Jones,
it was all right, but it wasn't what I wanted.
So this got a little sidetracked into casting, which I'm pretty sure we're gonna have an episode of casting because that's a really cool topic.
Yeah,
maybe who knows?
How much time do we have left?
Well, Sam is motioning for me that it's about 5 o'clock and
it's 5 o'clock.
Club starts right now, but whatever.
I'm the president.
How much time do we have?
Right now we're at an hour, 59 minutes actually. So we could stop right now if we wanted.
If we can, would you like to pick up later?
It's one of those things where it's like I have to get my bag and then
okay,
I'd like to.
Why don't we just stop right now? Let's have this Friday one be an hour long. We'll see how the fans react.
We're doing one on Friday?
this is the,
Oh, this is coming out Friday.
this is the Friday one.
Okay,
Breaking the fourth wall.
Again. Jeez.
Dun, dun, dun.
Sorry, guys.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I guess we really didn't talk anything about the Spider-Man or Fantastic
Fuck,
Four movie.
fuck
We talked a
Spider-Man.
lot about that last in
Yeah.
episode 1.
We
Yeah.
did that on purpose, by
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah, no one likes those
Yeah,
guys.
fuck Spider-Man. The Amazing Spider-Man movies, they fucking suck.
Hey, they're better than Tobey Maguire.
No, they're not.
I
The
enjoy
Sam-
Tobey Maguire,
The first
guys.
two
Screw
Sam
Tobey
Raimi
Maguire.
movies are so good. Fuck the other ones.
Okay, guys, well,
50-50.
we are all out of time then.
I like how everyone.
Everybody's already getting up,
Everyone's
leaving. All
standing
right, fuck
up
off,
and they're
everybody.
like, yeah, fuck it.
Wow.
Josh and I are the only ones who are sitting down.
Let's
We are all out of time. Follow us on Twitter at AiCBS. And if you want to send us questions through email, send us questions at the Comic Book Society at gmail.com. Well, it's comicbooksociety@gmail.com. It's our official email. So just send us questions there if you want to, and not on Twitter. Thanks, guys, for sticking with us through this hour and 1 minute.
Through this very meta episode.
Yeah, where Jose took over the entire 2 episodes.
It's Jose and Friends.
Jose and
I'm
Friends.
sorry, but I had stuff to say.
Yes, very deep and mellow. Anyways, alright, see y'all next week.
Later,
Bye.
guys.
Have a good-
Bye.
Have a good weekend.
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 Bye.
Have a